YouTube, what's up YouTube? In this video, we're gonna go over how I use the MACD to know when to dollar cost average. This is what I do. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay. How is the MACD helpful? I don't know how to explain it 100%, but I'm going to explain it how I understand it. Okay? So what I see, I jump on this page. The first thing I did, I dollar cost average real quick on the position. Let's see if I can see the history. Well, anyway, that dollar cost before. Let me just do this real quick before we miss it, because it's not just gonna sit here waiting for me. All right. So, okay. Looking at the MACD, I see that the MACD is at the bottom right now. Okay. And I look at the price action, and I see that. I look at my present real quick, and I go backwards, and I see that the high, what you see right here, but I don't need that. I don't need this. I would have looked right here and see that this is the high. Okay. So from the high, and what I mean by the high, let me explain real quick. What do I mean by the high? The high means like going backwards. Okay. Going backwards, the price before it reached the high. So we're going to erase all of this. This is not here yet. Okay. When the price is, let's say when the price was over here, this was the high. And as you can see, the price went back down. It came back up, up. And it passed the high. Okay. And when it stopped, it made a new high. Okay. Okay, that's what that means. So this was the old high. This is the new high. New high. All right. So from that new high, as the price dropped, right? The price dropped. Okay. And then it made a new low. Okay. Now, a new low is opposite of a new high. Okay. So the other low, as you can see, is right here. You don't even gotta look that far. You just see. Okay. And how do you know what's the highest high? And how do you know what's the lowest low? Okay. Just go backwards. The lowest point you can see. Okay. The lowest point you can see. That's the lowest, the lowest, the lowest. Alright. So go back to the MACD. Alright. So as the price is doing its thing, when I say price, I'm going to be referring to, the price movement. The price. As the price is doing its thing, I've been doing this a little while now, so I know the behavior of what's going on. With some other tools like the moving average. The 200 moving average is a great tool to use. Certain actions happen when the price action does certain things, such as when it's near the 200, what it's going to do. When it's away, when the price is away from the 200, what it's going to do. All right. We know that when the price is way away from the line, it's going to drop. Okay. So this would not be a good entry point. That would not be a good entry point, because unless you're holding long term, it really don't matter. But as far as jumping in and out, right? So this is what I'm doing. I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in. Then I'm jumping out. Okay? I'm jumping in and I'm jumping out. So when I look at my MACD, see it's down here. Okay. Let's go to entry point. Good entry point. Or if you're dollar cost averaging, right? If you're dollar cost averaging, so you see my entry point. This is my average price that I'm paying right now. 75.97, right? So as I see the price is below a dollar cost average, okay? Now, let's see what happens. Let's find something that looks similar to this in the past so you can get an idea, okay? So we gotta go backwards now, all right? We're gonna go backwards. We're gonna look for one that took a nice dip. So you can kind of get an idea what it looks like. Not when it's trading sideways. We need like a, let's go to a minute so you can see it more better. All right. This is a trade I missed out on earlier. I didn't miss it, but I sold my position a little earlier and it made this big spike. But I still got some profits. Got about $8 profits, whatever. I'm trying to find a good example for you guys. Go back to, let's go to 3 minute. Okay, so we see this is the first one I'm showing you. This one, another one. Okay, this is a good one. So you see when the MACD was down, it then did its thing. Boop. Let's find another one. I want to find steep ones with. There's another one. Now, if you notice how it's moving upward, not all the time does the MACD give you a good indication such as this. Most of the time, yes. I forgot the other word they use where you would enter and it go down. I forget what that's called, but more than likely, more than not, this will help you a great deal in trading. Okay, let's find a little. Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards more. We can find some more good ones, so you get an idea. Okay, MACD is down. So now here's one where it doesn't go up that much, but it does go up. Now, this doesn't really work when the position is trading sideways. Like this, we call this trading sideways. Alright? You want to use this method when you have a nice downtrend. This is not a steep downtrend, but it's a downtrend. Alright? And this would have been a good entry point right here. So you have to just wait until it pops. Alright, so let's look at this entry point. This entry point. It's around here, somewhere around here, whatever. And then right here. So you already got you some couple of gains. Some gains, man. You get the idea. Alright, so right now, as we speak, I'm just waiting for it to push. And it will later. I'm not 100% that it will, but according to this chart for the daily, we got a nice uptrend coming. Looking at the MACD for the daily. How high is that going to go? We don't know. But this is the last high. If it passes this, it's going to get a nice push. But it might just bounce back down. We shall see. Stay tuned for the profit taking. Recap. How to use the MACD. I love when I see this. Just like when I see this, it makes my eyes light up. Like, yummy. Ooh, and it's touching. Ooh. Ooh, it's touching the 200. But the 20 is still pushing, so that's not really too good. And the 5 is pushing. We need it to do coverage. I'm about to go to sleep. So, also, one more thing before I go. When you see a nice gap like this, in the MACD between the colors. And for my case, the yellow is like the price point or whatever. But when you see a gap in between the lines, great entry time. Because once the lines cross over, which they will, then it gets that push. Alright? Line crossed over going the opposite way. Downtrend. Study the crosses. Opposite way. Look for a big one. See the gap? Crosses over. Do a little bit crossing over, a little bit stiff. Holding it, holding it, holding it. Sell over here. I know I'm talking kind of slowish, I'm just tired. I'm gonna go ahead and make me a new support and resistance real quick. So when I wake up, I can see what happened. Alright? So how do you do a support and resistance? You're gonna go ahead and use, let's see, was it low? 74. I don't want to use that low. I want to use this new one here. That I'm looking at 75, 17. Okay, so in order to do, I'm gonna click over here, hit a draw, hit a horizontal line. There you go. So I'm gonna put red at the bottom here. I want it like right on there. So I can know. Okay, now we're gonna do another one. Same process. We're gonna make this one green for Monday. I mean, we end up Monday, or this color, whatever. Okay, then we're gonna put that one 75. Guess we could leave it there. I want to put it a little above. 76.32. I'm gonna put it there so I can see the high. Alright, here we go. Boom. Go to the daily. It's our new support resistance lines. So if it pushes through there, it's gonna push. Not push. This is the if it pushes here. So it's gonna go up in here. It's gonna play around, do a little couple stuff, blah blah blah. If it don't push through, then they're gonna come back down. But that's it for now. Oh, by the way, if I haven't mentioned this already, I'm using Webull platform. It's one of my favorite platforms. I did a lot of trading on Cash App, but I don't really like it that much. I like it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But the way I have it set up, the money is too accessible. And the way I have it set up, I don't really touch it. So, anyways, until next video, next profit taking video. Talk to you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.